How tall are you? I was like 5'2", 5'2.5". I knew it. How tall are you?
I'm 6 feet 9 inches.
Can we measure that?
Sure.
6'10". 6'10". And how tall are you?
5'10".
5'10". Can we fix that?
Sure.
You're 5'11".
Oh.
How tall are you, Isaac?
5'4" I think.
5'8".
I think it's the shoes.
Thank you, Diana and Jocelyn, for starting this week's news up.
Can we do that?
I don't need to. I know that I'm 5'8".
I'm gonna get the tape measure. I'll be right back with my 4-foot partner with all the latest news from West Leiden. Good morning, Leiden Eagles. This is Marissa.
And Mia.
Can you believe we only have 3 weeks until the end of the semester?
I know, which means that it's almost time for the holidays, which brings family and so much food.
Speaking of food, Javashino's last opening will be on December 6th during all lunch periods. Also, our music department has 2 important events coming up. On December 13th and 14th, Leiden's choir department will be hosting Yuletide, a holiday celebration that is held in the East Leiden's cafeteria. Tickets must be purchased beforehand as there is limited seating.
Soon after, on December 17th, the Music of the Holidays concert will be taking place in the West Leiden Auditorium. This will be a night for all choirs, band, and orchestras to celebrate the upcoming winter holidays. A quick reminder that Thrifting Club is taking a field trip after school on December 13th to the Monarch Thrift Shop in Chicago, where clothing is all 50% off on Fridays. You can see Ms. Reducer for more details on that. But speaking of field trips, Ms. Grudner and Munch Bunch went to the folk festival in Wisconsin.
Oh, and the earth science classes went to the Museum of Science and Industry. From on both of those trips, Jaden and Kian for Munch Bunch and Jocelyn for MSI.
During November, the club Munch Bunch went to Wisconsin to explore the International Folk Fest, which allowed the members of the club to try different types of food, hear live music, see performances, and arts. Munch Bunch is a club that checks out different cultural restaurants to try out new foods and learn about the cultures. Ms. Grudner, who is a sponsor of the club, will now help explain how she plans the trips and how students can become a member of Munch Bunch.
So I have the first Munch Bunch meeting usually end of August, beginning of September. And by coming to a meeting, you become a Munch Buncher. And whoever comes to the meeting gets to vote for what type of ethnic food they want to try. The only rule is that we do not repeat ethnic cuisine in a 4-year period so that people get to try a variety of different items. And being in the Chicagoland area, students can vote more than once when they come to the meeting.
Ms. Grudner tends to only want to travel around Chicagoland, except for this one exception where they went to Wisconsin. Usually, the club goes to local restaurants to help support their business. This benefits the club a lot, as mostly all the time, the restaurants give the club a discount. The club got a really good discount on the entrance fee, and after that, the members spent however much money they wanted on their food, accessories, and more. The students got to explore many different cultures, such as Italian, Mexican, Irish, and more. Now, we have a member from Munch Bunch who will go into detail about the folk fair that the club went to and explain what he enjoyed about the trip.
Honestly, I heard that they were going to be selling like a lot of food at different places, and I like to travel, so I'm like, oh, I get to eat Angle places, say less. So yeah. Honestly, I think my favorite part has to be like how many things we get to do. Like we get to eat food, explore, buy stuff. We're going to a whole new state. It's really cool. That's my favorite. I didn't know that Japanese were the ones who made honey, chicken, and rice, and everything else looks really good. And I can tell they put a lot of effort into it, which makes you want to try it more. If you haven't enjoyed Munch Bunch already, definitely do so.
This Tuesday, West Leiden's Earth Science class went on a field trip to the Museum of Science and Industry as part of their weather and climate and their astronomy unit. While their students in the class engaged with and learned how weather patterns form, the cause and effects of climate, and took an informative session on spaceships and satellites. One student on the field trip, Giselle, enjoyed her experience learning how weather forms over the ocean.
Do you think you learned more about the weather after this field trip?
Oh yeah, different,
Okay.
different tornadoes.
All right.
Students saw exhibits on conversion of solar energy using model cars charged by sunlight, a model of wind speed, and how tornadoes form. For students like Giselle was walking through the museum experiencing all the different exhibits, including a life-size airplane. Overall, students enjoyed their time at Chicago's Museum of Science and Industry, which lived up to the standard of being a place designed to spark scientific inquiry and creativity.
You know, I've never been to the Museum of Science and Industry, but all this talk about food is making me really hungry.
I agree. Both those things were interesting, but you know what else is
The
interesting?
fact that a teacher here is a former state senator.
Oh, you took the words right out of my mouth. Let's go to Lupita and Monica so we can learn all about the Social Studies Department man in a three-piece suit, Mr. Rooney.
Mr. Rooney is a name that resonates across Leiden's halls. Known to students and staff alike, he's not just a teacher but a man of remarkable distinction. A Marine veteran, former state senator, and past mayor, Mr. Rooney brings a wealth of experience to the classroom, making him one of Leiden's most unique and inspiring figures. His journey serves as a testament to leadership and service. Mr. Rooney often speaks of his father as his first hero. Through his father's support, Mr. Rooney developed a profound sense of patriotism that has guided him throughout his life.
I think patriotism was definitely something that my dad instilled in us. That was always very important to him growing up, and we knew it. I also saw a lot of steadiness in my dad. He had a value of picking something and seeing it through and going through until you were done.
When Mr. Rooney joined the Marines, it wasn't just about serving. It was about proving to himself that he could be strong and carry forward the values his father has taught him.
The fact that my dad was in the Army, that was a big thing that we knew growing up. I thought maybe I was going to be in the Army too, but when you're somebody who's my size, you're just a little bitty guy, you want to do the roughest, toughest thing so that you can say you accomplished the roughest, toughest thing. So instead of going into the Army like my dad, I wanted to be a Marine.
Mr. Rooney has inspired countless students, and one in particular is eager to apply the lessons she's learned from him to her future career. Grace Dillon, a senior at West Leiden, shares how his influence will pave the way for her future as a politician.
Mr. Rooney has taught me a bunch of things, of course, being my APUSH teacher and my econ teacher. Why I took APUSH and econ is because I wanted to be a politician. I still want to be a politician. I want to be president of the United States of America.
Grace believes that Mr. Rooney's mentorship has not only inspired her, but will continue to inspire generations of students to pursue their passions and lead with a purpose, proving that one teacher's influence can truly create a ripple effect in shaping the leaders of tomorrow.
I think Mr. Rooney is just unique in himself because he has like a unique personality. He is very genuine to himself, and I think that makes him an amazing teacher and an amazing person overall because he's not afraid to say what he wants to say.
Grace explains how Mr. Rooney's past experiences shape his unique teaching style. His genuine interactions with students, marked by care and respect, make him stand out as a teacher compared to others.
But I always had that steadiness to go, yeah, but there's this dream I've had ever since high school. I think if people are lucky enough to be in that position in high school and you keep driving even with the other things life throws at you, I like to think I'm one of the examples that shows you really can do it.
Mr. Rooney is more than just a teacher. He's a mentor on a mission to inspire. His remarkable journey from the Marine Corps to the halls of the Senate to the mayor's office and now the classroom stands as a powerful testament to perseverance, service, and the lasting impact of a true mentor.
Whenever anybody says to me, thank you for your service, I always say the same thing. I would do it all over again. And that is completely 100% true. It's one of the best experiences of my whole life.
For WLTV, this is Monica Hernandez-Willis and Lupita Corona.
What an impressive figure. Leiden sure is lucky to have him.
You know, I've been so bored after school. I've been looking at all the clubs and sports we have to offer. We should try wrestling.
Maybe we should learn more about it before we try. Luckily, we have Alan and Christopher here to talk more about it.
Wrestling has been said to be one of the most dangerous IHSA sports. Today, we're going to uncover the true mental battle of the proclaimed hardest sport in the IHSA. Here is head coach and four-time All-American John Kading with more on the topic.
Well, I think the best way to prepare yourself mentally for competitions is to train like nobody other does. You take an individual and you train them until the brink of quitting and to the brink of crying and that wall that's just right here of like you're done, and you take them to that point, and you take them to that point often. I think that builds unbelievable confidence.
Kading emphasizes the grit and toughness it takes to dominate in this sport and believes in taking your opponents to deep waters and seeing how long they can swim and getting comfortable with being uncomfortable.
And here is Chris Quispy interviewing 3.5-star ranked junior Eric Orwa on his wrestling experience.
Is there any mental challenges you believe wrestlers can face throughout the season?
I think a big mental challenge is like when you see a guy you're wrestling, oh, he's bigger than me, he's tougher than me. I think you gotta get rid of that because when you get on the mat, it's just another person you gotta defeat. It's a really big mental challenge a lot of wrestlers face.
All right. Which aspect of wrestling do you think is the most challenging, the mental or physical, and why?
I think the mental, because you could be strong, you could be fast, but if you're second guessing yourself in the match, if you're like thinking, oh, I can't do this move in a real match, and you just stop wrestling for even a second, you can get pinned, thrown over, and lose the match. So I think definitely the mental part is the toughest part.
With the given insight, now it is clear to understand why wrestling is considered one of the hardest IHSA sports. From the WLTV, this is Alan and Chris signing off.
Thank you for that information. I'm honestly thinking about trying it out. Hey, can you not?
Sorry, I'm really into the song. Can you guess what it is?
No, I'd really rather not. Anyways, that's it for this week's news. Here's Maddie for Guess That Tune, and remember,
Go Eagles!
Hi, my name is Maddie Medrano, and today's segment for WLTV is Guess the Tune. Here we have Stephanie and
Gael, Alan Cardoso,
and
Alfredo Chavez,
Melissa and Caitlin. Okay. And the first song for you guys is going to be Yeah, it is.
Yeah, I forgot.
Wait. Never Lose Me by...
Okay, yes.
Grandma Baby?
Okay, next song.
Wait. Die with a Smile by Bruno Mars and Lady Gaga.
Okay, yes.
What was that? I don't know what the song called, but I know it's from Bruno Mars.
You hate us or something? Because I don't know the song.
I got Future, right?
Yeah, so you got
Kendrick in it too?
Yeah.
Yeah.
Metro. Yeah. Oh.
On these rides.
Say it.
I don't know the name yet. Wait. Yeah, he's overplayed over there. Nah, I think he's good.
He's good.